The part that I machined in the machine shop has 6 main features: a slot, a tapped hole, a precise oversized hole, a center drill hole, a counter bore hole, and a counter sink hole. The machine shop was a very new experience for me. I had never done anything like it, and there were definitely some machines that I was originally very intimidated by. The lathe originally intimidated me because it is capable of rotating very quickly, and the safety video detailed an account in which a student had left a wrench on the lathe, and when the lathe was turned on, the wrench flew across the entire room and would have hit someone very hardly on the head if there had not been a protective shield. I was also intimidated by the drill press when I first stepped foot inside the machine room because the aluminum pieces spray everywhere, especially when using the end mill. However, as long as the safety glasses and proper safety precautions are taken, these were not things to be too concerned about, and I felt very fine and comfortable using the machine shop. There were a couple of details that were unclear in the engineering drawing. The first one involved the tapped hole. Directions were given as to what size tap needed to be used, but there were no instructions for how big the hole needs to be drilled. I think this was done purposefully though, to make the students go and look at learn how to use the charts and figure out which size hole goes with which size tap. There were definitely some things that worked really well for me. Using the calipers and end mill to square off the part and create a 4" by 4" square worked really well, and I think I performed it very well. I was able to trim the part to 4 inches with 1/10,000th of an inch accuracy. But one noticeable mistake that I did make was with the precise oversized hole. This was the first hole that I completed after squaring out the part, so the drill press was still set on a high speed since the person before me had been working with wood. And the high speed was fine for the end mill, but when I drilled my first hole, the reamer was going too fast for the reamer, so it started to sort of wobble, and that meant that the hole wasn't drilled perfectly straight and it's slightly oversized. I definitely learned from this mistake though. I learned that I should trust my intuition and ask when I'm unsure about something. While drilling the part, I could see that the reamer was wobbling and I was very concerned that something was wrong, but I neglected to ask for help, and thus the quality of this first hole was not the best. However, afterwards, I spoke several times with the machine shop when working on subsequent holes and asked the staff for advice so that I could be confident that I was correctly creating the rest of the features on the part and make the best part that I possibly could.